Another minute because they're passing out the...
Sounds good. I need my mic up to tell them to silence their phones, though, before we go live. So I need my mic up now. Welcome, everybody. I think you all know that we are going to be going live with this party here. So I'd like to ask everybody before we do that to please silence your phones. And just remember your best live TV behavior. This is not Jerry Springer. This is Napa Valley, right? Okay. All right, and we do have a full agenda. I'll introduce that as we go live, but I just want to make sure everybody's ready to roll with us. Thank you so much for coming. I'll tell you who I am in a second. This is just housekeeping details, and I think when I hear from the booth, we will be going live, and you'll see what's going to happen from there. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. We have a global group gathering with us here virtually and, of course, here at Grgich Hills Estate Winery. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us. My name's Andrea Robinson, Master Sommelier, and I'm a super proud Napa Valley local and very long time fan of the wines and friend of the family. Like all of you here, we have an audience of about 100 of our best winery friends, and this is Mike Grgich's 100th birthday celebration. Wow. So clearly, the first thing that you can know is that this is youth serum. Yay. Awesome. So, but don't drink up yet because we're going to taste these wines together. We have a big agenda for the day. We are releasing the centennial commemorative wines to celebrate Mike's birthday. We're going to be releasing those here today for the first time. You guys are getting to taste them for the first time. So talk it up, tell your friends. We're going to learn a lot about those from the associate winemaker here in a second. We are also, though, we're going to crash the family's birthday party at their home. Because we know that you want to tell Mike happy birthday in person, and they didn't quite have the room to squeeze us all in at the dinner table. Plus, they want to do their own little thing, which is great. So we'll crash that party for a little bit. We are also going to have birthday greetings, personal birthday greetings, really from around the world, from people who wanted to be able to wish Mike directly in person a special birthday. We also have people here in the audience who will be doing that. You'll get to meet them. So it's going to be a big day. We will also be having birthday cake, but not yet. You'll get all the cues and you'll know what to do when. But first things first, let's talk wine. That's why you're here in wine country and at a winery at the great Grgich Hills Estate. So the two centennial wines that we're going to talk about, I want to bring Sebastian Ergelit, the associate winemaker, up to tell us about these. But first, we have a big announcement. Come on up, Sebastian. Because it is April 1, and that's Mike's birthday, but it's also the start of the month of April when we celebrate Earth Day, which hopefully every day is Earth Day in your life. That's the way it should be. And in honor of that, you guys have a really, really big announcement to share.
That is correct. Hello, everyone. I'm Sebastian Ergelit, associate winemaker. The announcement we'd like to share with you is that since the 21st of March of this year, we are recognized with the Regenerative Organic Association as officially certified for our regenerative organic farming practices.
So huge. So huge.
This is huge news for us because it really recognizes the effort and commitment that we've put into working on our farming practices over the last going on 4 years since 2019 really, and with that increasing the soil health of our vineyards and the quality of our grapes and subsequently obviously the quality of our wines. So we're very excited for that. We're amongst one of the first estate wineries in the US and the Napa Valley to achieve this certification. So that's great as well. And yeah, we're looking forward to continue to work on our soil health and our sustainable regenerative organic practices.
It's amazing. So I hope you understand what a big deal this is. I mean, obviously, quality farming gives you quality grapes, but it also gives you a lot of benefits to the planet, and we rely on it for everything, right? You talked about the pillars of regenerative farming. Tell us a little bit about the three main pillars.
Yeah, so the three main pillars of this farming practice and the certification are soil health, that's number one. Everything else revolves around that. Animal husbandry, that's number two, and social fairness. Those are the three pillars. That's what the certification looks at in regards to our farming operation, and I'm happy to go into a little bit more detail in every one if you'd like to.
So this is way above and beyond those certified organic, which Grgich Hills Estate has been certified organic since about
2005, I
2005.
Yeah.
So
a good long time, yeah.
Yeah, so already a big part of the DNA, but now this is next level, because the idea of regenerative is we're not just taking out of the soil and hoping Mother Nature kind of helps rebalance things. You're putting stuff back so that ultimately it's a net positive for the planet. Am I right about that?
That is correct, exactly. So this farming practice goes beyond organic, and as a matter of fact, our organic certification is a prerequisite for this regenerative organic certification. Nice. The soil health pillar really focuses on the health of the topsoil of our vineyards. There's something that we call the microbiome, which is an umbrella term for all the microbes, that is bacteria, yeasts, insects, microorganisms in general, enzymes that we find in the soil, that if they are healthy, if there's a diverse population of them in the topsoil, will basically unlock the nutrients that are in the soil and make them available to the plants. But for that, there's an interaction between the plants, the roots, and the microbiome that needs to be in balance. And our goal is to make sure that balance is maintained. Achieved and then maintained. Sorry.
No, you're good. So basically, if you think about the soil microbiome, let me just paint a picture. It's not only the circulatory system, if it was the human body, it's the nerve system. It's everything, right? It's the soil is a shell without that microbiome and translating what the soil has to offer to the plant. Did I have that right?
That is correct.
I've been reading all the stuff, and but this is so important. I mean, as a mom of three, I know all of you care about this too. My kids have grown up here. This is so huge for our community. It's really huge for the industry. So trailblazers for such a long time now in Napa Valley, strength to strength, with not really leaving any stone unturned. And we know that great soil health gives us great grapes. Great grapes are needed for great wine. So let's turn to these wines. Everybody's looking at me like, you're a sommelier. You're supposed to be helping us taste this. Here we are. So let's start. We have the Paris Tasting Commemorative Chardonnay. And this vintage, though, is the centennial celebration vintage to celebrate Mike's birthday. So forever, of course, Mike Grgich has been famous for Chardonnay. Anybody remember the 1976 Paris tasting? Hello. Nobody can forget it, especially Napa Valley, but truly the world of wine. So this is clearly a signature grape variety for Grgich Hills. And, just tell us a little bit about what you're going for with the style of this wine.
So for this wine, we're really going for a perpetuation of the 73 Chateau Monolina and all the wines really that Mr. Grgich crafted after that for Grgich Hills, and that really cemented the reputation of our winery, the reputation of Mr. Grgich, and the reputation of Chardonnay in the Napa Valley after that. So it's a classical Napa Valley Chardonnay in the best sense. For us, that means we select from our oldest and most high quality Chardonnay vineyards in Carneros and American Canyon. Classical clones from the Napa Valley, like the old Wente clone, go into this, and then we have about 25 different unique Chardonnay lots that we ferment separately. And then once this fermentation is completed, we go through and sub-select from these lots the lots that will go into these wines. And every lot will have a different barrel selection. So we really go through and taste just about every barrel and determine which of those go into this wine that we make in a relatively small production. So
everyone out here wants to be an assistant to the associate winemaker, tasting every barrel and giving it the high sign, the thumbs up. So I'm struck by, this is very classical Grgich expression. It's extremely elegant, and it has a beautiful acidity. It's not big and heavy, and I remember back many years ago when I worked at Windows on the World, which was the restaurant on top of the World Trade Center. When I got there, and Kevin Zraly, famous sommelier, my mentor said, I said, why do we have a vertical of a California Chardonnay? And he said, this is Grgich Hills, Andrea. This is a wine that ages really well. And from there on, I always ever did have a vertical of these wines. If you're not buying them and cellaring them, I know they're delicious to drink now. Is it the balance? What is it that you think is really kind of the stamp here?
Balance, certainly. For all our wines, I would say the balance is what makes us unique. We're looking for a good acid balance. We're looking for really a balanced experience in the sense that the attack, the mid-palate, and the finish all show equally important in our wines, and this wine is supposed to be the pinnacle of that expression. So
you need to take a sip of that wine. Hey man, I'm doing fine over here. No, it's. I really think that's right. It's funny, and it's actually really interesting to compare it to the straight Napa Valley Chardonnay. So homework assignment. And when you take your bottles home that you're going to get with your birthday case special, 20% for guests, 25% off of the wine club. If you're watching on TV, it's an in-person discount for today. But it's a really nifty comparison because you see the family resemblance. To me, this really is a pinnacle wine, though, and I was so excited when they first released it. I guess it was with the 40th anniversary, I think, of the Paris tasting. I can't even remember now. But there's just, it's a beautiful, wonderful long finish, but there's nothing big and heavy about it, right? So everything about the restraint and subtlety of California Chardonnay is probably embodied here.
And elegance and minerality, and yes, certainly meant to age gracefully for say 15 to 20 years.
Easily 15 to 20 years. May we all hope that this youth serum will keep us happy, healthy, and celebrating that long. What do we think? Hello, this is amazing, right? This is an amazing, fabulous, fabulous wine and a fitting tribute to Mike's 100th. But speaking of great grapes, the next wine is the Yountville Old Vine. And I love this wine. I have this wine for all of my baby vintages. So I do have a small vertical in my cellar. This is the centenary commemorative bottling, again, to celebrate Mike's birthday. And those of us who are big fans of this, we joke amongst ourselves, a couple sommelier friends in mind, that they must sing the grapes to sleep at night. Because, these grapes get babied beyond belief, and rightly so. Tell us why.
That is correct. So the grapes that go into this wine are sourced from our Yountville vineyard, which was planted in 1959, which makes it one of the oldest, I believe the second oldest, still producing Cabernet vineyard in the Napa Valley. Coincidentally, with 2019, we're also celebrating the 60-year anniversary of this vineyard, right? 59 to 19. And so it's fitting that it's also the wine that commemorates Mr. Grgich's 100th birthday. This vineyard is really unique in that it is an extraordinarily balanced vineyard. The vines, with their age, have rooted really profound into the sandy loam soil that we have there, and really have reached an equilibrium. They react subtly to temperature shifts, to seasonal, the different climatic conditions from vintage to vintage, but they always yield grapes of extraordinary quality, density of tannins, and intensity. Yes, we do sing them to sleep, but at the same time,
Or they play the accordion, maybe. So, yeah, Violet goes down there, yeah.
But they also make it very easy for us because they're so balanced and yeah.
It's a pretty amazing special wine. Has everybody had a chance to taste it now? What do you think? I can tell you that we recently tasted with the team here, several way back vintages, and oh my goodness, do these wines get better with age. This is delicious, though, velvety, silky, beautiful right now. So exciting. Anything else you want to say about of these centennial wines?
Again, I think for both of these wines, balance is the key. We've always tried to make balanced wines. That's what we're about, and we hope that also adds to their longevity, ageability, and with this Cabernet also we're looking at, hopefully, if we have any left, enjoying this wine 20, 25 years down the road, and
pack it away and temporarily lose the cellar key, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I have about 1 minute before we crash the party at the Grgich family home, and I just want to ask you, what brought you to Grgich Hills to be the associate winemaker?
Wow, that's an excellent question.
In 20 seconds or less. Because I gotta be the timekeeper.
I'd be amiss to say not say balance. The wine style that the Grgich family and the Hills family have pursued here for many years is something that I enjoy personally. Extraordinary balance with old world ways. I come from Germany, so that was important to me, and most importantly, the focus on their employees. It's a family business. It's always been family-centered. It feels like a family, and I enjoy that every day.
That's
fantastic. It does not feel like work. So.
Yeah, it's yes, exactly. You and I get to toast to the fact that we're at work. You guys are at play, but it's a tough job. Somebody's got to do it. So, Sebastian, just absolutely tour de force with the whole cellar team and you and Ivo. So, thank you for that. These are the centennial wines. Let's all raise a glass to Mike's birthday. It won't be the first time, but
cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to Mr. Grgich.
Here, here. Awesome. Thank you. And so, at least a few of you seem to know how to say cheers in Croatian, which is great. All right, we are going to go live, everybody, and so we are at this point, we know we're live on YouTube. We're now going to actually join through, you all remember the Zoom calls, through the miracle of Zoom, we are going to bring ourselves into the dining room of the Grgich family home, where I believe they've been having lunch. Sorry. Usually if I'm a sommelier interrupting a lunch, it's to pour more wine. In this case, I'm just going to bring you guys to the party. So we will be joining the group very shortly. We also will have quite a few people from around the country. We're working on the connection. Anybody ever had that happen with a Zoom call? I'm just saying.
Never.
But we'll get there in a minute. We'll get there in a minute with any luck. So we will be having distributors, importers, and other friends of the family and friends of Mike to join us as part of this to get the birthday greetings going. But in the meantime, I do want to spend a moment and tell you about the opportunity to celebrate Earth Day here at Grgich. It's April 22nd. It's a special Earth Day celebration. And Ivo Jeramaz is really the trailblazer behind the regenerative organic certification. Prior to that, the organic. And this will be an opportunity to come to the winery and participate in a day-long event that includes really the chance to get into the dirt and understand how this works. And then, of course, taste library wines and have just an incredible experience and see firsthand why this is important, what it looks like, and be sure to practice your singing skills, because you too can then sing the grapes to sleep before you go. And it's a family affair. We're still looking for that Zoom connection. So anyway, we'll get that going hopefully soon. It could be that they're actually like in the middle of the main course and they're like, we really don't want company. So while we are here, I'll just tell you a little bit about who will be joining us. Or I suppose we could play one of the videos if we want to do that to pick up some time, Peter. I'm talking to our booth here. We could do a birthday greeting video, for example. I don't know if you guys want to tee up Tor Kenward, author of Reflections of a Vintner. He couldn't be here today, but he did record a birthday greeting, so we might get a chance to have a look at that here in a second. And if you're with us on YouTube and you just joined in, you are with the 100th birthday celebration of an icon in the world of wine, but especially here in my hometown, my hood of Napa Valley. We are celebrating Mike Grgich's 100th birthday with a few of his closest friends here at the Grgich Hills Estate Winery. And it's a very, very special day for us, introducing the centennial commemorative wines. And I say us because as a Napa Valley local and Master Sommelier and mom of three, it means so much to me when our local wineries take it so seriously. So we got a little bit of an echo with me, which means that maybe we're about to go live. I'm not sure about that. And I wish I knew how to sing Happy Birthday in Croatian, because I could get us to all warm up our... Okay, let's hear it. Let's go. Okay, you can just sing. Okay. Maybe she hasn't had enough wine yet. Okay. But she's got the right gear on, if we can put it that way. So sorry about the technical difficulties here. We will get to cupcakes and so on. But in the meantime, those of you who are with us on YouTube, Mike's 100th birthday. It's also the first day of April when, hopefully globally, but especially here in the Napa Valley, we celebrate Earth Day. And we just announced, Sebastian, the associate winemaker, just announced that a couple of weeks ago it was official that Grgich Hills received its certification in regenerative organic agriculture and viticulture. And what that means is that you actually build the soil back. And I think many of you know that vineyards sequester carbon, corks sequester carbon. So there's a lot that's really, really important about the farming side of great wine. And it isn't just that great grapes make great wine, but it's that great soil health management and treating it as the incredibly critical resource that it is a really huge aspect of what we do. So I'm checking in on our technicals here. Let's check out our, let's get a birthday greeting video going. So we have Tor Kenward. Those of you who know of him and his wines, you also know that he's a major icon in the Napa Valley, who wrote Reflections of a Vintner, that very much talks about the story of Mike and Mr. Hills, the founding of Grgich Hills, and so many other aspects of this world-class region. So let's give it a go.
Happy birthday, Mike, to a centurion, actually the youngest centurion I know in my life. You've accomplished a great deal. You're part of Napa Valley's fabric. You've been our history. You've been inspiration for so many of us. All I have to do is say thank you. Happy birthday.
So I'm just checking in with okay, are we having trouble with the La Quinta hookup? Okay, and they're checking on that down there. This is really interesting because literally less than an hour ago, we were online, we were checking lighting, everybody had their berets on, the kitchen brigade came out and they gave a wave, it was like, we're good to go. So, you know, something happened between then and now to the Zoom gods. So I'll just see if, Sally, you want me to go forward with the program and introduce some of the folks. We know we will obviously capture it so that we can play the greetings for Mike that he maybe doesn't get live. Because we are starting out with the co-founder and co-owner of Grgich Hills Estate, Austin Hills. And he is, of course, here with us in person. And I think everyone who, you know, grew up in this country or had family grow up in this country longer than a generation behind me knows Hills Brothers Coffee and their incredible connection to American culture. And now, of course, with the co-founding in 1977 after the Paris tasting of Grgich Hills Estate, well, they're going to be a part of our fabric forever. So, Mr. Hills, if you want to say a few greetings to Mike.
Hello. Well, I didn't meet Mike until 1976. We were introduced by our mutual vineyard manager, Paul Landeris. We both had an interest in starting a winery, and we got together, and on the 4th of July of 1977, we broke ground for the winery. And the remarkable thing was it was ready in time for crush that year. So that was a speedy construction, and it came through right on schedule. But Mike had won, his wine came in first in the Paris tasting, but even more important, I can remember a few years later, our Chardonnay was in a tasting in Chicago organized by the Chicago Tribune. They had every wine, every Chardonnay sold in the Chicago market in a blind tasting. There were over 200 wines, and we came in number one. So we were very lucky. The New York Times wrote an article where they considered Mike the number one winemaker in the country for making Chardonnay. And we have a long history of winning prizes and doing very well. Our new certification of regenerative organic farming is a wonderful addition, right, most recently. So these prizes keep coming. Mike has done a wonderful job, and I wish him a wonderful, happy 100th birthday. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hills. Really, really spectacular. And the good thing about today is that they have heard everything we've been saying. We just couldn't get their video, but I think maybe we have it now. Hello! There they are. Sweet! Yes. So, Violet, I hope you don't mind, but I have about 100 or so people here ready to crash your party and a gazillion more around the world because we just couldn't miss the opportunity to wish your dad a happy birthday. How are you?
We're doing well. Can you hear me?
Yes, thumbs up.
Wonderful. Good to see you. I'm here with my father, and we are so excited. He is so excited that his 100th anniversary Paris tasting commemorative Chardonnay is actually $100 today. So, and we hope that the wine will last 100 years just like him. Yes. I would like to present my father with something that he's been waiting for a long time. And that is this very special beret that has 100 on it. I told him that he had to be 100 before I actually gave it to him. And since he's made it, I can now do that. So, Maria, would you hold the microphone? All right, off comes 95. And now 100 euros. 100.
That is awesome. So I don't know if you guys are ever going to get to eat because we have so many people who want to share their greetings. Should I let them take it away, Violet?
Take it away. We have had some wonderful food here,
Okay,
and
good.
after everyone speaks, we'll have a fabulous birthday cake ready for my dad.
Fantastic. So our first virtual guest, I'm super excited to say, is another celebrity winemaker and Napa Valley icon. We are so fortunate to have Michael Mondavi on the line to share his personal greetings.
Good afternoon, and it is so exciting. Mike and I first started working together in 1968. His attention to detail, his desire to make only the best of the best, and the spark in his eye has gone on from, I think, the day he was born. Michael, congratulations on a great birthday, and I am enjoying a spectacular glass of Grgich Hills Chardonnay to toast your birthday. All the best, and centeani, many more. Hear, hear.
Yay, cheers. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Michael. That was great. So, of course, he gave the centeani, I think was Italian, because Mondavi, which is great. This is so great. That's what wine is. It's this global language, and we all speak wine. All right. Our next virtual guests, we're going across the continent here to the wonderful state of Massachusetts. Speaking of the bicentennial celebration that the Paris tasting was, that's one of our most historic cities for the history of the United States. And to Fred Miliero, who's the portfolio manager for Martinetti Companies. Wait, I did not ask my team if we have him on the line. Do we? Okay. Fred, welcome.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can't see you yet.
Great. Well, happy birthday, Mike. I'm really honored to be part of today's singular celebration. Classic Wine Imports was founded in 1969, and 10 years later, it was Fred Eck, owner and wine buyer. It was his wine acumen and foresight that identified Grgich Hills as a winery that Classic Wine Imports had to have. For over 40 years, we've distributed and watched Grgich Hills wines grow from strength to strength. Over those years, I've been fortunate to have sold all of the wines that Grgich Hills has produced, including the very first Zinfandels. I remember fondly our visits to the winery, Mike taking the time to take us through the winery. On one visit, he pointed out proudly the new barrel holding framework that allowed him to turn the barrels, stirring up sediment, creating batonnage. Ivo taking us through the vineyards, showing us their early organic practices, composting, and at that time, that they even ground up bullhorn to spray on the vines. Lunch with Violet at Mustard's, enjoying library vintages of Grgich Hills Cabernet, and even staying overnight at the Grgich family home. Our visits were businesslike, but felt more like we were spending time with members of our extended family. Everyone from Classic Wine Imports and Martinetti Companies wish Mike a happy and safe 100th birthday. Shritan Royandan, and look forward to our continued success. Tonight, Mike, to celebrate your birthday, we're opening up a magnum of 1992 Cabernet. Be safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fred. That's awesome. Thank you. so much about wine is partnerships and networks and people taking care of each other, all to put out the best possible product and be a part of people's celebrations and their everyday moments. It's a really intimate and special thing that we get to do in the wine business. We are now going to go back, I think, to La Quinta because we have a little bit of a VIP celebrity there. Am I right? We've got our mayor on the line. We have got Linda Evans. Violet, is she there and want to say a few words directly to Mr. Grgich?
She is right here. I'm going to pass the microphone to our amazing mayor of La Quinta, Linda Evans.
Thank you so much. I had the pleasure of meeting Mike when he turned 93, and at the La Quinta Resort named this beautiful dining room after him. He's got a bench with his name because we call this home for him, even though we know he lives up north part of the year. But he's grown to love our sunshine, and we have grown to love him, not only for his wine, but because of his heart. And a couple things. There's a special article in our monthly newsletter that was written about him, commemorating his 100 years and his contributions to the wine industry and to our community, as well as a proclamation. It'll be on the wall here, commemorating, again, April 1st is Milyenko, Mike Grgich Day in the city of La Quinta every year. So on behalf of our entire city council, you know how much we love you, my Croatian friend. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Fantastic. Oh, thank you so much, Mayor Evans. Wow, that is incredibly special. And we would like to come and celebrate my Grgich Day every April in La Quinta. And I've been there before, and it's an amazing place. Our next guest is actually here with us in person at the winery. Violet, I think you know that he was going to be with us. We have Chris Sizemore, the key account manager for Celebrity Cruises. And when you can have your favorite wine on a vacation where you don't have to unpack but once, that's what cruising on a wine cruise is all about.
You are hired. So yeah, why is a cruise ship guy here at Mike's birthday? Well, happy birthday to a true extended family member of Celebrity Cruises. We are what we call a relaxed luxury resort at sea, and one of our one of our pillars is culinary and wine. And over the past several years, we actually had the privilege of Mr. Grgich and Mr. Hills allowing our Michelin star rated culinary team to come here and work with your winemakers and actually create our only onboard blend, which is the Opulence Chardonnay and Cabernet. And we thank you so much for that. Actually, the most popular two wines on board our ships. We sail 365 days a year now, which is great, and all 7 continents. So we are ambassadors bringing this wine all over the world on these beautiful luxury resorts at sea. Also, we've introduced the Edge class, these beautiful new ships, 5 ships, one debuting actually in November. And on every one of those inaugurals, the main wines that we served before anything else were Grgich Opulence, Chardonnay, and Cabernet. So we introduced those to a lot of dignitaries and such. We've just gotten Forbes rated. We have the Wine Spectator Award of Excellence, and it's all because of our partnership with great wineries, and especially our only blend, Grgich Hills. So happy birthday. Here's to many more together and many more birthdays. So cheers to Mike and to everybody at the Grgich Hills family.
All right, you guys, don't miss the chance to do one of those cruises. I've done a James Beard cruise on Celebrity, and it's just it's an amazing food and beverage and everything else experience, but really, really, I know we always talk about the food on cruises, but this is a whole new level, so it's really special. Okay, I actually have a fantastic video from another distributor partner from Johnson Brothers, and we've got Frank Galante saying, happy birthday to Mike on behalf of the team. So we will cut to that video, Violet.
Hey, Mike, happy 100th birthday from Frank and the rest of the team at Johnson Brothers. Just want to wish you all the best. We're sorry we can't be here for your special day, but I just wanted to say what a thrill it is working with you, your family, Carl, and the rest of the team. We truly appreciate the partnership. And on this very special day, I just wanted to say happy birthday. Here's to many, many more, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Frank. Wow. Super cool. And you can tell he filmed that in his office, and it's true. Like, you don't actually drink wine at your desk when you're in the wine business, that often anyway. There's usually a lot of numbers going down at that level. So our next guest, we have, okay, we don't have that, do we have Jacques? And I didn't ask you how to pronounce her name. Is that right? We don't have it, okay, so our next in-person speaker today is David Pearson. Former CEO of another Napa Valley icon, Opus One, I believe very closely associated with Grgich Hills, part of the board, etc., and really a longtime friend to share his personal greetings with Mike.
Indeed. I assume they can see us. Mike,
They can see
Violet,
you.
everybody. It is such an honor and a pleasure to be here today for this wonderful event with these great people and connected with you. I've been in the wine business since 1984, and through all of those years, Grgich Hills Estate was always a presence and a pillar in the industry. I never had the privilege of working for Mike, but I did work for Robert Mondavi Winery for a number of years, and that makes me feel like I'm sort of connected through that connection, like cousins somehow. And you know what we learned through the years is that the wine business is a business of individuals and people and passionate stories. And I just want to say that Napa today would not be what it is without you and your story and all that Grgich Hills Estate has done for Napa and for the country and for the world for these past decades. Thank you so much. Happy birthday. And I want to say one thing, the emotion that we're enjoying today about the 100 years and all that you've done, for me, is equaled by the anticipation and the excitement of the future that's ahead for Grgich Hills. So happy birthday, and here's to Grgich Hills Estate. Cheers.
So well said. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we have just today discussed this great beginning with the regenerative certification. It's so special. We have a visitor from actually down your way, but he's coming in remotely. Biff Christmas, the general manager of Cowboy Cantina. Anybody who has a regular restaurant that they like to go to because they get treated like family knows what I'm talking about. Biff, I know you want to give the Mr. Grgich your personal greetings. We have his audio. He's muted. Oh, if you could unmute your mic. Has anyone ever had that experience on a Zoom call? Everyone's like, you're muted, going in the chat. So if you could, and if you want to turn on your camera, feel free, but at least give us your audio.
I actually had a chance to meet Mr. Grgich 17 years ago when I first came to La Quinta and worked at the Hog's Breath. I've known him in all the restaurants I've run, and it's a testament to a great family in Grgich Hills Wines. He is the leader, has definitely assembled a team that's so family oriented, and that's what I love about Grgich Hill Wines. It's wine made for food, and to Mike, I wish you a very happy birthday.
Thank you, Biff. Awesome. So super important to be represented in the great restaurant destinations of the world. New York City, of course, being one of them. That's where I cut my teeth. And Wilson Daniels as a distributor and also a renowned wine importer, if you know some of the wines they bring in. They only work with the best, let's just put it that way. We have Benji Kirshner from New York City. He's the Senior Vice President of Sales at Wilson Daniels NYC. So hello to the Big Apple, and please share your birthday greetings for Mike.
Well, thank you for that warm introduction. Wow, it looks like so much fun. Really wish I could be there, especially at that table. Mike, again, thank you for so much that you've done for the wine industry, for the legacy, for Napa Valley. There's truly nothing like it. And we take the responsibility of carrying on this legacy and what you've built with Violet and Ivo continuing this tradition. So thank you so much. It's really an honor. The wines themselves, with the character, the earth, minerality, plus the great Napa fruit, is elusive to so many other people who try to do it. And we are so proud of what you accomplished, and we love working with you. So the best to everyone there, warm wishes, and happy 100th.
Thank you, Benji. Awesome. Okay, and I before when we got the hookup with the team at La Quinta, I introduced Violet like Cher or Madonna, like she needed no introduction. To me, she doesn't, but she is Violet Grgich, Mike's daughter, but most importantly, the president and co-owner. I just wanted to get that in because we're a little turned upside down, and I forgot to tell you that. You all know who Violet is, but I did want to tell the world in case they wondered. And so our next guest is I forgot who you told me it was. Bobby Harmelin. Oh, fantastic. We have the Executive Vice President of Sales at New Jersey's Allied Beverage. So another big, huge distributor partner for the Grgich line.
Thank you. I really appreciate all of you at Grgich, Violet, Carl, allowing me the opportunity to wish Mike a happy centennial birthday. I've had the pleasure of representing the wines from Grgich Hills for almost 25 years. But prior to that, Grgich was always one of my favorite stops when I went to the Napa Valley, starting back in, I guess it was 1979. Mike was always one of the more inquisitive vendors that I've ever dealt with, asked more questions than I could possibly imagine, was always creative. Getting back to the racks that were referred to earlier, it was one of the first times I saw anything like that. Not only that, but the man, certainly had foresight and courage to do what he's done. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but my favorite, and I took this out of my office, is the Mike Grgich bobblehead. This is something that's been in my office, I guess, for the last 15, 18 years. And I just wish Mike a very happy, healthy birthday. And you'll pardon my butchering of the Croatian language, but Čestitke se moi, which means congratulations. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bobby. You know you've made it when you have a bobblehead. I got to make room next to the Steph Curry on my shelf here. And I think we could, but we have business to take care of. Otherwise, I would start the chant MVP, but we'll do that later. Okay, so that was fantastic. Thank you. All right, and our last virtual guest, I believe, unless we got one person that's still trying to get on with us technically, is also from a very important distributor partner, Vintage Wine Distributors in Ohio. Casey Forbes is the owner and chairman, and I think we have him with us.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Is that okay?
Yes, thank you. Great.
I've got my beret on. I've got my glass of Fumé Blanc right here. We all know that Mike is a spectacular person and a wonderful, wonderful winemaker. But there's something else you need to know. He's also a master salesperson. Many, many years ago, Mike called me up and said, I'm introducing wines from Croatia and I'd like you to buy them. And he was so good at transferring enthusiasm. I forgot to ask a couple of important questions. How many cases do you want us to buy? And what's the price? Instead, I just said, yeah, send us wine. And a couple of weeks later, I got a whole bunch of Plavak Mali and another one, I can't remember the name of it, but in essence, what a master salesperson. I've enjoyed being with him and a whole staff there. Joy Cagle was on staff, John Conover, Bob Hadaway. Happy birthday, Mike. And to the family of my Grgich, congratulations. We love selling your wines. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Casey. You only get away with making that mistake or that decision by being the chairman and owner, right? Yeah, how much? Don't even ask how much. It's all good. No, that's fantastic. So those are our live greetings. So I'd love to go back to La Quinta because Violet, who needs no last name or title, I'm guessing that you guys have some birthday traditions that are pretty traditional for your family gathering. What do we got going on here?
Hi there, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Here we go. I thought we had a little 2-minute Patricia Gallagher video beforehand. So
Oh man,
I'm just
Violet,
getting
you
dressed,
can
but
just
that's
fire
okay.
me. You can just fire me. We do.
No.
Okay.
Well, we're ready to go. Why
All
don't you
right,
do
hold
some
on.
Patricia.
Hold on, but now that I've given you like a back hernia, sorry about that. I think we do want to see that last video. That's my bad. It was even in bright red on my notes. Maybe I need to get the spittoon up here. Sorry about that. The 1976 Paris tasting, in which Mike's Chateau Montelena won, and that put Napa Valley on the map and obviously created the opportunity for so many people in the Napa Valley going forward, was the brainchild of Stephen Spurrier, who many of you have heard of, but also Patricia Gallagher, his partner. And she was an American working in Paris, and it was 1976 was coming up. It was 1975. And she said, we need to celebrate the American bicentennial with the great American wines in our Paris wine shop and school. And he, being British, of course, said, well, we don't exactly celebrate American Independence Day. But yes, he always had a very good quick wit. Well, Patricia couldn't join us here today. She will be at the July 1st celebration event, so you need to get tickets to that so that you can come here and meet her in person. But she did create a very special greeting that we need to share with you.
Hi, Mike. I hear you have a landmark birthday coming up, and I am here at 3 Rue de Castiglione, where you became famous worldwide and almost overnight. This is the site of the Intercontinental Hotel of 1976, today a Westin. I'm in good company, as you can see. I have a bottle of Chateau Montelena, 2003, and a nice photo of you in Grgich Hills. I wanted to go back in time to the day we met. I remember it as clearly as if it were yesterday. It was a beautiful sunny morning in July of 1975, and Bob Finnegan had arranged an appointment with me with a winemaker at Chateau Montelena. You greeted me cordially. I could only be charmed by your beautiful blue eyes, big smile, and your beret. We went quickly to the cellars to taste your wines, and the first one convinced me that I had done the right thing by coming to Napa to find world-class wines for a tasting in Paris to celebrate the United States bicentennial. When I returned to Paris, I shared my hugely positive impressions with Stephen Spurrier, my boss and friend, and the rest is history, a tasting known as the Judgment of Paris. And as the winemaker behind the winning Chateau Montelena 1973 Chardonnay, you became famous worldwide almost overnight. I know you didn't stop there, and that you've gone from strength to strength with decades of brilliant Grgich Hills wines. I also know that I have been a fan of yours since the day we met. Happy birthday, Mike.
Man. A very quiet wine icon, but indeed so important to this overall history. So, Violet, I think you guys typically celebrate with song. Where should we start?
Well, we're going to start with my dad's 2 favorite American songs. I invite all of you to join in, please. I am playing here with my cousin, Tihana Berlievich, and we're going to start with You Are My Sunshine. All right?
I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hang my head and cry. My sunshine, my only sunshine, you make me happy when sky is gray. You never know how much I love you. Please don't sunshine away.
Oh, that's beautiful. All right, we're ready for an encore.
I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The hedges are out to see. Que sera, sera. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart what lies ahead. Will we have rainbow day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. Whatever will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Will be.
Man, it's awesome. Bravo.
All right, and now we have a few Croatian tunes. All of those Croatians know the words very well. And in fact, this first one is called Marijana. And I know my dad always used to sing this to his longtime friend and fabulous executive assistant, Marianne Wedner.
This is some.
C major.
Jedne divne tihe majske noći, ti si rekla da ćeš doći na prvi randevu. Noć je oko mene svud je tama, Marijana spava sama i ne zna da sam tu. A ja pod palmom sjedim sam i tiho skladam san i tužan čekam davno suđen dan. O Marijana, slatka mala Marijana, tebe ću čekat ja dok svane dan. O Marijana, slatka mala Marijana, tebe ću čekat ja dok svane dan.
So good, so good.
Something that I just learned fairly recently, and I never heard it. My dad started singing it the last 2 years. So I'm probably going to mess up, but doesn't matter. It's another Croatian song called Vuzgi Vuzgi. All right.
Lepše nek je nam, samo da je ovako svaki dan. I nikom nije lepše nek je nam, samo da je ovako svaki dan.
Yay!
So I think I would like to introduce Tihana, who has composed a special song in honor of my father's 100th birthday. So
Yes.
I will let her take it away.
Thank you. I actually have a few lyrics for those of you who would love to join me. It's a very simple song. I think we can all join and kind of not too hard to. All right. There is one part that says, just like Mike, just like Mike. I expect all of you to join me, of course, and I did, yeah. If you drink Grgich wine, you will have lots of fun. Just like Mike, feels so fine. Just like Mike, all the time. With his private reserve, you may live for 100 years. Just like Mike, feels so fine. Just like Mike for 100 years. We start with Mellow from Grgich Hills Estate. You elevate your day with wines of Chardonnay. The roots of Zinfandel from shores of Croatia. Magic in your glass, Milenko selection. With all your own charm, Fiume Blanc Rosé, just like Mike and his beret. We celebrate today the sweet Violetta. You shaded violet. We celebrate today the king of Chardonnay. Together, we celebrate today the king of Chardonnay. Just like Mike, feels so fine. Just like Mike, all the time. Just like Mike, feels so fine. Just like Mike, all the time. Just like Mike, feels so fine. Just like Mike, all the time. I guess he had a couple of movies done about Mike, but I think this is the first song, so I'm glad that we all enjoyed today on his 100th birthday.
Fantastic.
Oh yes, that's right, we have one more. Happy birthday, yes.
So, Violet, I think it's cake time. Am I right about that? I don't know. Let's make sure that they have our audio back over there. And yes, we have cake.
Come back.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy birthday to you.
That's adorable. That's so fantastic. Well, Violet, thank you so much for letting us crash your party. Is it okay for me to tell everybody here, or to say, let everyone here eat cake?
Yes, absolutely.
Because we would love to, all of us as a crowd, we would love to raise our glasses as the Team Grgich Hills Estate Winery, the people lucky enough to be here today, and smart enough to make this choice for your Saturday, April 1st. We want to all say, and we'll say it on the count of 3, happy birthday, Mike. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Mike! And we love you. Cheers. Awesome. So I want to thank everybody here. I know you're got a chance to dive into those rosé cupcakes with the rosé wine. As a sommelier, it's the greatest job in the world because you get to facilitate moments that mean something to people. And you also, in the case of something like this, you get to be a witness to history. Very, very important history that started 100 years ago and then took a whole new leap in 1976. And then here in this year, 2023, when we celebrate Mike's 100th birthday, we also celebrate this certified regenerative organic. I can't tell you how important that is and how much that means to the Napa Valley. They will lead the charge for our valley and our industry going that direction. And wow, what a legacy. Nobody's stopping, right? Just keeping on going from height to height to height. And that's something that we can all be proud of supporting. So you're doing it by supporting wineries that grow their grapes in the right way. So thank you for that. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Mike Grgich's 100th birthday, celebration of the certification regenerative organic for Grgich Hills Estate grown grapes. And we are so very lucky. I think we have a few people here who are hitching a ride on the Napa Valley wine train here shortly. So we are going to close out our live broadcast. I think I'm right to do that right now. So all of you who joined us around the world to view this, and those of you who join us after the fact, I want to make sure that we have the chance to thank you. We also have a raffle here for the people who joined in person that will get to win 2 tickets, a pair of tickets to the July 1st Croatian extravaganza, where Mike will be there in person. Yes, exactly. And you will also have Patricia Gasto Gallagher, who joined us from the beautiful hotel in Paris where it all happened, the room where it happened. So we'll do that right now. I think we're ready to choose our raffle winners. Does it have to be me? Oh gosh, so then I have to go out the back door for all the people that didn't win? Okay, here we go. And if you're watching and you want to join that, you can go to the website. All the information about the event and purchasing tickets is there. And it's going to look like a plant if it's one of the live speakers. Should I go in a different direction? Okay, I'm just checking. Okay, this one is not one of our live speakers. Salvador Torres Jr. Woohoo! Yes. Okay. All right, so Salvador wins 2 tickets. It's an incredible sit-down family-style lunch, the Croatian music and dancers, library wines, commemorative wines. So if you didn't win the raffle, it's okay. You can just buy tickets and attend. And thank you all of you for joining us in the live broadcast. Thank you to all of the people who were able to zoom in and offer their greetings to Mike. I can't believe I made that a verb, but we all have. Happy birthday, Mike Grgich. Thank you, Grgich Hills Estate. And Violet, do you want to say a parting word or two?
I do, actually. I want to thank you, Andrea. You are such an amazing person, an incredible sommelier. And thank you so very much for hosting this event or being the tremendous friend that you are. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And we have a few other people here I think I'd like to invite to speak. I'd like to invite my cousin Ivo Jeramaz, who is our winemaker, Mike's nephew, and an amazing person. Thank you. Here.
Thank you, Violet. Mike, I'm so happy to be here with you today when you're turning 100. In your short life, you set a many lofty goals, which one of which was to turn 100, and you did it. Congratulations. I want to thank you for everything you've done for humanity. I want to thank you what you've done for many people, including me. You told me that this country is a land of opportunity, and then within this country there's a paradise called Napa, and you brought me here. Thank you for that. So I know that you're already planning how to get to 105. So there's lots of people here to support you, and we'll get you there. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Ivo. I would love to invite Marianne Wedner up to speak. As I mentioned, longtime friend and assistant and right-hand person to Mike with the wonderful, beautiful name of Marianne.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Mike. You know I love you.
You've done so much for me. Oh gosh, I didn't want to do that. For me, for my family, and for the wine business. I love you. Happy birthday. He always told me he was going to live to 100, and then he turned 91, and he goes, 10 more years. And every year, it was always 10 more years, so I'll see you guys in 10 years.
Thank you so much, Marianne. And next, I'd love to introduce Maria Reyes, a very dear friend, without whom we would not have him standing here today. So thank you, Maria.
Yes. Thank you, Mike, your dream came true, and it's a miracle that we will add your glass full of miracles. You reach 100. I want to thank you for inviting me to your paradise, Napa Valley, and this oasis called La Quinta. And I also want to thank you for all the good things you have taught me throughout the years. Happy 100th birthday. And my wish for you is to continue with good health and happiness. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you, Violet.
Thank you so much, Maria. And last but not least, I'd love to invite my other cousin, Matko Brljevich, also very talented, to say a few words, whose lovely wife has been entertaining us tonight.
I didn't expect this, but unexpected things are the best in the life. So, Mike, are we going to sing together something? I nikom nije ljepše negdje nam, samo da je ovako svaki dan. I nikom nije ljepše negdje nam, samo da je ovako svaki dan. Can you hear it? So, the mic told you that nobody is having such a good time as we are having today. We enjoy it. See? Samo da je ovako svaki dan. That's it. Thank you, Alan.
And the party goes on every day. So I want to thank all of you so much. This has been, so everybody here has been coming here for many years, family, friends, doctors. All of you have had a meaningful part of my father's life and have helped him to reach this wonderful age of 100, because without literally all of you here, he would not be here to this day. So thank you for everything that you've done for my father, my family, for all of us. And let's look for another 10 years. 10 more years, yes? All right. Wonderful. Chef, I would love to invite Dermot Connolly, who's the GM of La Quinta, and I'd love to invite Chef Andrew up here, and I'd love to get him and his team here. Chef, would you like to say a few words?
Put me on the spot. Well, it's amazing. It's always fun having the Grgich room named after him, and also seeing you every single day. I love when Maria comes over and says, "Hey, can we have dinner tonight?" And I'm absolutely. We always make room for you. We always have a reservation for you. So anytime you're in town, we're always loving to have you here for dinner. Okay. Happy birthday,
Mike. Happy birthday. On behalf of myself and all 750 of our team members here, you are such a special person here in our lives, and every one of our team members know exactly who you are. And tell the story of Mike Grgich each and every day as we welcome guests here to La Quinta Resort. Grgich Hills and Mike Grgich is a part of that piece of little history here that we have at La Quinta. You're such a special person to have here. Again, people ask, what is that bench for? And we tell people why we have a Mike Grgich bench here in our plaza area. We have a truck outside from 1926 that is loaded with your wines in the back. And it has been for this month as our celebration again for the 100 years. Mike, thank you for being with us. Thank you for being part of our lives here each and every day. And such an honor to be here at such a famous vintner's birthday. That is just very special for us, very special for Morgan's Restaurant, and very special for La Quinta Resort. Thank you for being part of our lives. Happy birthday.
And thank you as well. Not only are you guys, the resort is not only beautiful, but it's really because of the friendship that we have with you and your staff that makes it so very special. You are also part of our family and always will be. So that's true. That's true. We still make amazing wines. We're so lucky that Ivo absorbed all that knowledge that my dad had for many years and is continuing to make wines that are incredible, world class, and wines that you can't stop drinking. Cheers! Ivo Jeramaz. Signing off from La Quinta. You guys have a wonderful day. We're so happy that we're able to see you in spite of the technical difficulties. And thank you.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Love you
Cheers.
guys. Bye. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Everyone live in person, everybody watching virtually if you're still there. Please come see us in Napa Valley and find out what's happening here. Obviously, it's stuff that's really, really important, exciting, and delicious. So we'd love to share it with you. Cheers. Happy birthday, Mike.